Erica here. Today we are going to talk about some books that I bought roughly over the last 2 months. I think that's about right. I don't know, there's a lot of them. And also at the end of the video I will be announcing my giveaway winners for my 1-year anniversary giveaway. If you want, you can skip ahead straight to that part if that's what you're here for. It won't offend me, it's fine. But first, the things that I bought. So I decided this month that I was on a science fiction fantasy kick. Which isn't really surprising. That happens to me when the weather gets cold. I just kind of want something really action-packed and intriguing to read. Now, I bought the entire Lifeship Traders trilogy by Robin Hobb. I've already read the Farseer trilogy, which is the first of her trilogies. This is the second, and a lot of people have been talking about this lately. So I have Ship of Magic, which I've actually already read. Loved it. It was great. More on that later. Have the Mad Ship, and also Ship of Destiny. Then, of course, this month, Ancillary Mercy by Ann Leckie was published. This is the third book in a trilogy that started with Ancillary Justice, and everyone's really excited about it. I have not gotten to this yet, but I'm going to very, very soon. I pre-ordered this, so I'm really excited to have it, and I can't wait to see what direction she takes the story in. I also got the second book in Patrick Rothfuss's Kingkiller Chronicles. This is The Wise Man's Fear. This is the sequel to The Name of the Wind, which I read back in February and loved, and I've been meaning to carry on with the series, but just didn't have this yet. So now that I have this, I'm sure I'll be reading it sooner rather than later. We shall see, though. And then I bought 2 books by Brandon Sanderson. The first is The Alloy of Law. This is kind of a continuation of the Mistborn series, but this is set far in the future, and there are guns and things, which will be interesting, I think. So it doesn't follow the original characters, but I guess the original characters are kind of the stuff of legend. And I'm interested to see how it goes. I've heard it's not as good as the original trilogy, but I think it'll be a fun read. And then this month as well, the second book in that series was released. This is Shadows of Self. I had also pre-ordered this, and I'm very excited to get my hands on this. This is, of course, much larger than this one, which kind of infuriates me, but I'll deal with it. At least I got the UK covers and not the really, really ugly US covers. So I can't wait to get into this. I think I'll be reading both of these sooner rather than later. They're pretty short for Sanderson novels, so I bet I will be able to fly right through them. But some other things as well. I picked up Alice Munro's Family Furnishings. This was just released in paperback. These are selected stories from 1995 to 2014. I love this cover. It's so much fun. Look at her. She's amazing. And these editions are done by Vintage, and all the spines match, except the text is in a different color, so I have 6 Alice Munro books now that all match, which is lovely. We all know I love Alice Munro. I will be picking this up at some point. I also got Disgraced by J.M. Coetzee. I have not read anything by him, but I've always been intrigued. He's a South African author, and this is supposed to be one of his best books, and it's been recommended to me on a number of occasions, so I can't wait to get into this and see how it goes. I also picked up Dance 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 by Haruki Murakami. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but they have, totally destroyed the covers of Murakami's novels. They've re-released them in these really glossy, shiny, colorful nightmares. Anyway, so I'm trying to get to the last few books of his that I don't own and want to, that are still available in these editions with, the faces on them, because I like these editions, and I really don't like the new ones. I don't know that much about this, but I've heard interesting things. I think this might be not a good place to start with Murakami, but I'll be diving into it eventually, because it'll be the 6th of his books that I've read. Just today, I picked up The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which is the Japanese art of decluttering and organizing by Maria Kondo. I have heard really good things about this, and I'm all about getting rid of some shit that I don't need. So maybe I will read this soon and then go on a crazy rampage through my apartment and get rid of things. That'll be fun. Also, just today, I received my pre-order copy of Radiance by Catherynne M. Valente. This is a steampunk sci-fi space opera. It's supposed to be incredible. It's a combination of an old Hollywood kind of setting, but also space. I don't know. I'm really psyched. I love Valente. I think she does great things. I'll be reading this very, very, very soon because I'm super excited about it, and I will definitely be reviewing it as well. So that is a thing that happened. It's not, the cover's a little glossier than I expected it to be. I really like the cover design, but it's very shiny. But that's okay, and underneath the dust jacket, it's just black. But I like it a lot. And I'm really, really, really excited about this one. And lastly today, so I had to make a trip to the bookstore today because I was getting rid of some books and I wanted to sell them back for store credit. But I only got like 2 things there, which was good. But the other thing I got was Fortune Smiles by Adam Johnson. He's the Pulitzer Prize winning novelist of The Orphan Master's Son, which I really loved. It won the Pulitzer Prize a couple of years ago. This is a collection of short stories that he's recently released. And, dun dun dun, my edition is signed by Adam Johnson himself. He did a reading in my town, and unfortunately I could not attend, but my bookstore had some signed copies left, so very excited to have that, and I'm interested to see how he does short stories. Underneath the dust jacket, it is blue and black. Hooray. Also, for some reason, when I saw this cover from far away, I thought these were like cheeseburgers. That's not true. They're coins. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then I have 3 more really exciting things. I got one of the Everyman's Library Pocket Poets collections. This is Measure for Measure, an anthology of poetic meters. This is really cool, and since I'm just getting back into poetry, like, I'm interested to learn more about, you know, the structure of certain poems and things. So they have this book has different sections. So they have accentual poems, trochaic poems, poems in ballad meter, and things of that nature. So I will be picking this up. There's all kinds of different authors in this book, and these are so cute, and I love them. They're so tiny and adorable, and this one in particular is really pretty. And underneath the dust jacket, it's purple, and it has a built-in bookmark. I really love these Everyman Pocket Poets. They're so cute. Yes. I've already shown this on my channel once briefly, but I got 100 Years of the Best American Short Stories. I'm, of course, a lover of short stories, also American fiction. And this looks amazing. It's edited by Lori Moore, who I love, and Heidi Pittler, who I know nothing about. But basically, it's 100 years of the best American short stories. There's not one for every year. There's not... Are there 100? There might be 100 stories. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I am really excited. There are stories by William Faulkner and Eudora Welty, James Baldwin, Flannery O'Connor, Raymond Carver, Joyce Carol Oates, Grace Paley, Alice Munro, Jamaica Kincaid, ZZ Packer, Juliet Suka, George Saunders. So yeah, like all kinds of really awesome stuff, and some authors that I'm not quite as familiar with as others, so that'll be nice to kind of get a taste for their work. And I just think that this book is absolutely stunning. It's huge. Like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to like physically read this because it's such a huge hardback, but it's gorgeous. And underneath the dust jacket, it's black and white, which I really like. Surprisingly, it's really simple, but really nice. So that will be a thing that I will be dipping in and out of. There's no way I'm going to like sit down and actually read this, but I will dip in and out of it on occasion, I'm sure. And lastly, of course, I have the most marvelous illustrated Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I got this the day it came out as well. I can't believe I missed this in my anticipated releases videos. That was crazy. This is absolutely beautiful. I cannot get over how stunning this is. Like, I knew it was going to be great, but it's just like so wonderful. I have no idea if you can see that because the pages are kind of glossy. And I'm definitely going to read it in its entirety again and enjoy the illustrations because they're just, I mean, it's magnificent. And it is very aptly read under the cover. And yeah, I can't stop looking at it. And I need to stop because I want to sit down and like enjoy it all and just stop flipping through it, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So those are all some of the books I bought recently. I have no idea if that's all of them or not. Honestly, I've been making like little trips here and there. They add up quickly. And now for giveaway winners. I had said that I would pick 2 winners. And the winners receive a book of their choice for $20 American dollars or less from the Book Depository. as long as Book Depository ships to your country, which they do for most countries. And the winners are... That's a drum roll, in case you didn't catch that. Gwen W. and Elizabeth Schubert. So if you all can get in touch with me, you can send me a private message on Goodreads or contact me on Twitter, or also my email address is somewhere in my YouTube profile, with your shipping information and which book, a link to the page of the book that you would like from Book Depository. I can say words today. That'd be super. And thank you to everyone who entered and for all of your lovely recommendations. They're really awesome. My TBR list is growing and growing and growing every day, but really, really good and thoughtful recommendations. And again, thank you to everyone who has stuck around for an entire year with me on BookTube. And that's all I have today. I'll see you all later. Bye!